thanks to Printify for sponsoring today's video. Print on demand is such an amazing and profitable business model, and it's such a shame that so many people will not be successful in this business, because if you do the right things, it's very possible to make a very profitable business in not a lot of time. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes that I see people making that are keeping them from becoming successful in their print on demand journey. I'm Hannah, and on this channel, I share about all things print on demand and making passive income. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love it if you'd subscribe down below for new videos every single week. Now, let's get on to the mistakes keeping people from having success in this business. Now, the first and biggest mistake that so many people are doing that's leading them to not have the possibility of success in this business is actually just not trying at all, not getting started, doing any of the steps to actually create a print on demand business. Now, there are so many people that find the idea of creating a print on demand shop. Maybe they want to create an Etsy shop integrated with a place like Printify. They watch a bunch of videos, they do a bunch of research, and then when it comes down to it, they really never take the actionable steps to go through the motions, create their shop, upload their products, and really get going. So in reality, if you have created your Etsy shop, if you've created an Amazon merch account, if you've started your Redbubble shop or any other print on demand site, you are actually miles ahead. And if you've actually uploaded one of your first products, you're even way beyond that. There are so many people that come across this idea, they want to do it, and then they just never have the gumption to actually put in that first bit of work to get this really going. Even for myself, I hate to admit how long it took me to actually start selling print on demand products on Etsy. So I had found out about print on demand, I had created my Amazon merch account, I was on Redbubble and some other sites, and then Etsy just always felt really daunting to me. So instead of just going out there trying to figure out how to get started, I waited and waited and waited, and even when I finally did create my shop, it took me forever to actually start uploading real products. I knew all the right things to do, I just didn't get started, and I was really kicking myself after this, because once I finally started uploading products, very quickly I made sales. Within that first week, I was selling products. So I just wish that I had started back when I had first gotten started on other print on demand platforms, because it would have been way quicker to get my Etsy print on demand businesses off the ground and running. So if you feel like you are in this boat and you are just trying to get that motivation to actually take the steps of getting going and uploading products, I have a couple things that are going to help you. So Printify was actually kind enough to sponsor this video today, and so I have linked my entire tutorial that walks you through exactly everything you need to do to create your Etsy shop, and then link it with a place like Printify so that you can sell print on demand products on there. I found that sometimes it's really helpful to have somebody that's going to walk you through step by step by step as you're doing it, to make sure you're doing everything right and to just show you this is super doable. You can watch that here. Now, besides just not getting started, another one of the huge mistakes I see people making that is keeping them from ever being successful in this business is they're not actually applying any of the tips or the advice that they're learning to their own print on demand business. There are literally so many resources out there when it comes to print on demand, including but not limited to all the videos that I have here on my channel. But there are so many other great creators out there, great resources to help you figure out what are some of the best practices and methods to go about having a print on demand business. Now, many of them give really actionable steps of things that you can easily implement and do. Now, they can't do everything for you. Some of that is going to come down to you, but so many people don't even implement just the basics. Now, one of the things that I repeat here over and over again, you're probably really familiar with it if you've been watching my channel, is you got to go for low competition niches. As a new seller, it's really difficult to try and compete in a sea of other products competing in the same niche. So it's really advantageous for you if you can kind of sub niche and find something that you're going to be able to stand out amongst the crowd in. Now, I can't tell you the number of times I get comments, I even get emails about people saying, I really just don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I'm having no success, not getting any sales on my shop with my products. And then I just ask some follow-up questions, or they just say this, that they're pursuing something like funny cat designs. Now, I love cats just as much as the next person, but there are literally hundreds of thousands of cat designs on Amazon, on Etsy. So if you're just trying to compete in the generic cat niche, you are going to have a really, really hard time to be able to compete there. So it's really, really a good idea if you're trying to figure out how to do research, how to find niches that are lower competition. So you could take that cat niche and then kind of cross it with something else that's going to make it a little bit more sub niche. So maybe that is a cat and Halloween design, or maybe that's a cat teacher design. Both of those probably still have a little bit more competition, but definitely a lot less than just cats as the broad category. Now, I've hinted at this before, but I actually have just released my complete cross-niching guide. This is a totally free downloadable guidebook that I made just for you guys. This is going to help you get started on one of the biggest methods I use, which is cross-niching in my print-on-demand business. This guidebook has more than 40,000 unique niche combinations. So on one of those days where you just feel like you're staring at a blank screen, you don't even know where to get started, you can go to this sub-niching book and then just kind of pick out a combination and just get started. So it's super useful, and I hope it's going to be a great tool for you guys. Now, you can get that just by signing up for my newsletter down below in the description, and it'll come straight to your inbox. And if you're already a newsletter subscriber, you should have gotten this download in your July 12th newsletter. So you can go back and download it there if you didn't do that earlier. Now, the next huge mistake that is really hindering people from being successful is a super simple fix, and that is simply not uploading enough products. So maybe you have gone through the first two mistakes. You have created your shop, you've taken that first step to get started, and maybe you are pursuing really good, really specific niches that definitely have low competition and they have demand. So you've got both of those things down. Now, another thing I hear a lot is people saying, well, I'm just not getting any sales, I'm not getting any traction. And then when you dig a little bit further, you come to find out that maybe they have 25 listings up on their Redbubble shop. So print on demand is kind of a unique business model where not every product is going to be a winner. In fact, in my own print on demand business, only about 5% of the designs and products that I ever upload actually ever make sales. So those products that do sell, they're selling multiple times every single month, but that means that about 95% of my catalog is actually never even getting sold. If you have 25 products uploaded, if you think you're going to sell about 5%, that's only like 1 to 2 products. So even if those are selling 5 times a month, that is not enough to create a full business. If you have 1,000 really good sub-niche products that you spent time working on and creating, if you sell just 5% of those, that is 50 products that are hopefully going to be selling multiple times every single month. So that's more of a real sustainable business. Now, where I see people are starting to make their first sales is kind of around that 100 product benchmark. So especially on a place like Etsy, it's kind of can start off really slow and you can get really discouraged as you're uploading your first products. And then once you kind of cross that 100 product threshold, there's nothing truly magic about it, but I think it's finally the time where you have enough products that hopefully a few of them are going to kind of catch some attention. So even if 95 of those don't sell, maybe you are starting to find your 5 best sellers for your shop. Now, this can seem really daunting to think about getting to 100 unique products uploaded into your shops, let alone 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 products. So what I really truly recommend is that you pick a number that is really doable for you. Say maybe you want to do 3 uploads every single day and just stick to it. So you don't have to try and do 30 uploads in a day. If you just do 3 day after day after day, that really adds up. I truly find that some of the most successful print-on-demand sellers, they are not doing anything special, they're not different than other people, and they really don't know anything different than you probably do. They are just choosing to take those actionable steps and put in a little bit of work every single day. So a little bit of effort compounded over months or even years adds up into a full, really successful print-on-demand business. You've got to start now, you've got to implement these things, and if you do, you truly can have a really successful print-on-demand business. Now again, thank you to Printify, and I'm going to link that full tutorial here of how to actually integrate a manufacturing partner with your Etsy shop step by step. I know that's going to help you guys out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.